p.m., so that's a huge plus. And our voices are live, guys. And I should probably send out a tweet. Fantasy Age.
It might hail, just so you know. It might.
Ooh. Well,
hailed
that's
yesterday,
always
but
fun.
not here, because I was like, no, the tomatoes! Because somebody in my
that's right.
office
You're
was
in,
like,
Storm Central area, aren't you?
Not the tomatoes.
Yeah. We don't have, we have a lot of, teeny tiny tornadoes, but most of our tornadoes don't do anything, but we have hail. Golf ball size hail.
Oof.
Didn't hail last year, and it's been doing this thing where it's, really hot and really cold, and that equals lots of hail.
I'll trade ya. It's almost 90 degrees right here now.
I heard that.
Oh, I was like, where'd my phone go? I don't have it over here. Somebody's sending me messages. It's probably Chris.
Cat.
Cat! Cat!
One of my coworkers was like, no, I have the pot plants outside. I was like, oh god, my tomatoes. And they all make fun of me, and they're like, sure, they're tomatoes. I was like, why? We literally have pot plants growing in the middle of our office. Why would I lie about my tomatoes?
Why would you need pot plants at home?
They were doing tequila testing on the top, because our building's a historic building. There's a clock tower. You can be inside. They were doing some event there. So there's a bunch of drunk upper middle class white men going up and down the elevator, and every time it opened up into the pot rooms, they were like, oh. I just had my shirt on, which has a big pot plant on it, but I was like, imagine if they're opening 10 and 8, and there's literally the conference table has pot plant.
Doggo wants attention.
Let me turn that off. I wish I could turn the off.
You can. It's a little more permanent, though.
This dog, it's really cute, but it's an idiot. It's staring at a corner.
Get a bark collar.
It's
not one of the shock ones. They have ones that actually spray water up on their chin, and apparently dogs don't really care for that.
interesting.
Or some dogs don't. It just a spritz of water, oh god, what the hell? Or your dog will like it, and it'll bark more just to get more water sprayed on it.
I will tell her, because that's not our dog. That's the client's dog.
The client.
Or whatever you want to call it, the dog owner.
Because the grooming thing, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't realize that she was a professional groomer out of your house. I'm like, wait, client, what are you doing at your home, Nancy?
Yeah, ours,
it's scary.
like the sensation of his collar and just kept barking until the battery wore out.
I mean, some dogs do. Some dogs do not. Mileage may vary by dog. Alrighty, got the tweet out, got the thing going, got the stuffs. Should probably get the books ready so I have shit to look at. Ooh, I gotta find my notes on this campaign too. I should probably find my notes. I should probably transcribe them off of a piece of paper. You know, Just because.
Yeah, I have to do that. Otherwise, I totally forget what's going on. Where did everybody go?
Where did my fucking notes go? Well, that's unfortunate. Like, I legit lost all my notes. Uh-oh. Nope, that's from the other game. Should probably transcribe those two. Guys, I lost my notes. I'll just use Emily's.
Oh no.
Actually, Emily's are pretty decent. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck they went. I'm sure I didn't, like, throw them away. I probably just moved them and then lost track of where I moved them to. As I do, because I lose shit on my desk. It's a giant desk. It's what happens. So let me go ahead and open up Emily's notes. Notes. Nope. Oh, under player notes there, Tanya. Emily. Did Sarnia? That's got Sarnia's backstory. Okay. Oh, she was real good about actually keeping track of what game it was, too. Damn! Need to make Emily my note taker. She's not here to defend herself or argue that point, so it's official. Alright. We'll wait a few more minutes. How's everybody's weekend going so far? You're still muted, Nancy. I think Danny's muted too.
No, I'm not. I just wasn't saying anything.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
I'm listening for the ding of the microwave.
The ding of the what you got? What you got in the microwave?
Pizza rolls.
Oh, I think Emily's on a call right now. Pizza rolls, huh? Alright. It's not bad, I guess. We can wait until the ding of the microwave happens, and we can kind of go from there. Since we're... I don't know what to do for this game today. I never have a plan, though, so it's probably a good thing.
It's okay. We're used to it.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this isn't a knock against anybody who does this, but if you write too much of your story, it's not as fun. And Nancy, you're still muted.
It's because the dog will not shut up. But yes, I agree.
Am I the guilty party? I know I tend to write a lot of backstory.
No, I'm talking about overall campaign story.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, because, you can spend hours working on something and people just fly through a door.
Right? Like, if I spend a couple hours a week writing what I want to happen this week, and you guys go right instead of left, then what I wrote is negated. Or I just am like, well, no, they're still going to do this because I don't give a shit.
Yep. Yep. It's like the guys last night.
Uh-oh, what
I'm
happened
just
last
gonna
night?
walk right. Oh, it was an okay game, but these guys went in a totally different direction than I was expecting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you expect?
Well, I expected a slightly less. I mean, there were two doors that you guys just. Oh well, fuck that. Pardon my language. Screw that. We're not.
No.
You know.
We
And
actually had
and then-
3 entrances to possibly go through. We picked one, went in. There was another door. It's like, okay, let's look at that. And then somebody said, "I go," and it's like, okay, I guess we're going.
so yeah, totally missed a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, who says we won't go back and look for it?
It's not there anymore. No, I just. Yeah, and I gotta talk to Paul. He can't tell me 15 minutes before he's gonna leave that he's gotta go. I'm gonna make that part of some rules. So, but yeah, you guys just went gangbusters. Dun, ta-da! Well,
And it wasn't even me this time.
no, 'cause it usually you and Bart. God, I swear.
Well, admittedly, it wasn't Bart's fault with the tree.
Okay. Mhm.
The sign said take one, so he took one.
Yep. It was a Whomping tree that basically,
Oh,
some kids put a sign on this very, very old.
kind of
Apple
like the
tree.
kick me sign.
Yeah, and he decided to grab an apple, and of course it smacked him, and he went into berserker rage and ended up killing it. It's just
So
like,
he basically cut the tree down, is what you're saying?
no, he just kept hitting it until it finally like shattered.
Ah.
And of course this was
Oh, you know,
was like a sacred
did
tree,
you-
and
Did you have when it shattered? Did you have him make a dexterity saving throw to see if any of the wood splinters embedded in his body?
I didn't. He should have. But yeah, they were able to kind of resurrect it. But yeah, he just kept hitting, and everybody in the group tried to stop him, and they just rolled just absolutely horribly. And so it's just like, God.
That does tend to happen sometimes. Just rolls are just absolute shit.
Yeah, these guys were rolling like 1s and 2s, and it was.
Oh,
It
God.
was.
Yeah, Bart couldn't
Yeah.
really be stopped.
No, and he's a strong guy just to start with,
Yeah.
and then he goes into berserker rage, and it's just.
Well, the problem is Bart has anger management issues. It's one of the reasons he is a
Yeah.
barbarian.
He used to
It's
be.
also one of the it's also one of the reasons he's divorced
Yeah.
and can no longer go back to his hometown.
Yeah, he got kicked out by the actual king. He
Yeah, he's a folk hero, but he's kind of a folk anti-hero.
yeah,
He's known far and wide as Bart the Butcher.
yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah,
Wow.
So he has a tendency to, he's trying to work on it, so he holds all of his anger in, and holds it in, and holds it in, and is very, he overcompensates at being very friendly and open and fun
way too open.
until something causes him to
All right.
go off, and then it all comes out,
He's Hulk smash at that point.
and then it's over, and he's fine.
Yeah.
Emily is back. Let's go ahead and put our faces live. So all they see is the side of her head instead of a gray screen.
I'm making notes.
Hello! I know I'm looking at your notes because I need to. I lost. Let me rephrase that. I may have misplaced my DM notes. So I'm looking at your character notes.
She will neither confirm nor deny.
No, I'm totally looking at them. I don't care. Hello!
No, I mean that you might have misplaced them.
I don't know if I misplaced them or accidentally threw them away while going through, like, because I'll go through my papers and be like, oh, I don't need this anymore, I don't need that anymore. I may have put them in the discard pile and didn't mean to. It happens, because I found some stuff and I was like, oh, I thought I discarded this. I may have fucked up. Nancy, you're muted.
just had a really good stealth roll.
Alright, so let's go ahead and do the announcements. Hey guys, as always, if you're watching my channel live or if you're watching a rerun, you are earning gold pieces, which are my in-channel loyalty currency. I've reduced the price on the miniatures because I did the math on it. I was like, holy fuck, that's 166 hours for somebody who isn't a subscriber. That's a lot of time to be spending staring at my ugly mug. So there is in the store. If you type !store, there's a couple things that you can get in there. You can guest on Ezla, which is the Sunday game. I may add a guest in for this game at some point. There's the Ask a DM or the Dear DM stuff. There is I'll run a one-off for you. And of course there is the miniatures. They're all pewter miniatures by Effin' Cool Miniatures. This is one of the miniatures that I have not added to the queue yet. Just so you get an idea of what they look like. They're all pretty detailed if the fucking thing will focus. Say camera. Or not, whatever. They're more detailed than what you saw because that was out of focus. But yeah, there's that you can get. I will send you a random miniature, prepackaged, numbered the packages, so whatever you get, you get. No refunds or returns allowed. Anyway, let's go around and tell us who you are and who you play. Emily.
I am M. Crimskitty, and I play Celestia, who is a magic user, the only magic user.
Chris.
I hide children.
I play Karg Hammerstone, a half-orc blacksmith.
Nancy.
I play Sarnia Varden, a half-elf, half-human rogue.
And Danny.
And I am Dirk Quicksteel. I am a gnome. And a procurer of goods, shall we say.
Yes. Who would like to recap last session?
We saved the family.
Yes. You ran into some trouble while doing so, though, trying to get them out of their home. There was some town's guards, watching the place.
Oh, I almost died.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Well, you almost went unconscious, and then we were going to have to look
minor
in the book.
details. We succeeded.
And then we're going to have to look in the book as to what going unconscious means.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, I should probably get the book.
I was like, I should get the book up.
Alright. Wait, are those the notes? No. Damn. Are those the notes? No, fuck! I got paper here. I bet the notes are in this book somewhere. Nope. Alright! No, there's no notes in that book.
Dirk took care of the bodies, and we all went home and went to sleep.
I think... Well, Karg dumped him in the sewer, then Dirk got his individuals. His guild. His group of nefarious friends to help with that. And then you guys got them on the ship. I think it was the Deceitful Princess. To be smuggled out of the island, or off of the island.
With Captain Ingrid.
Yep. Who you now owe a favor to. I don't remember if Sarnia told you that or not, or if Celestia told you because she was there.
Nope. I know Sarnia didn't.
So both Karg and Dirk are unaware to the fact that a favor is owed.
Yeah, because she just said, don't worry about it, we'll deal with it later, I think, Sonia said.
Yeah, because it was hey, I'm gonna weigh anchor, and, I'll come back, and you owe me this favor, and...
Yep. That's not
it's implied that she's a smuggler, and her crew is loyal to her, so... Alrighty. So, you guys, we ended last session with you guys just kind of going off and sleeping. A couple of you at very odd hours for you, because you're usually night owls. For the other two, at a relatively normal time. The following morning, you awaken in your respective homes or dens, or wherever it is that you make your residency. And you can hear the pealing sound of bells in the distance. What would you like to do?
Do we
What
know?
kind of bells, and do I recognize what they are and what they mean?
They are standard bells that the church uses. And you're not, it can be used to summon for church service. It can be used in, like an emergency, kind of like a early warning system for, like, storms or whatnot, or invasion. Which you've not ever heard the bells in an attack sense, because the island's never been attacked. At least not within your lifetime.
I want to go try to see if I can see what it is in case it's capturing magic peoples.
Okay.
Me too.
So you exit. Okay, so you three exit your respective homes, and you can see the city guard, like, moving through the streets. And with every group of guards you see, you can see one of the female. I can't remember what I called them. I'd like to call them priests, the priest guards. Yeah, you see one of the females that are part of this elite group of guards that guard the priest class. One or two with each group of guard going through the streets, tipping carts and making a general mess of things.
Hmm.
Karg will have grabbed his morning coffee off the side of his forge and made his way outside, because I'm sure you would hear carts and wagons being flipped over as people pass, so he's sort of nonchalantly walking out to see what is going
Okay.
on.
Karg,
Dirk
as
will
you...
keep... Sorry. Just as Dirk is going to walk towards the inn and where the scaffolding was set up, and on his way, he's going to take a look and see if any of the carts or anything that's being tipped over or searched belongs to any gnomes that he is affiliated with through his procurement organization. And if any of them are, he will stop and help whoever it is clean up and pick up their stuff.
Okay. Karg, as you place your coffee down and head out to the street to see what's going on, you can see a group of about a half a dozen city guards, accompanied by one of these female warriors used to guard the elite priest class, and they are making their way toward your forge. And on their way, anything that looks like it could hide a humanoid of gnome stature is being searched and damaged or destroyed outright.
I'm going to slink back so that I'm not seen.
I will toss the rest of my coffee out of my mug and make my way back to the forge and get back to work.
Okay.
Or appear to get back to work.
Okay. A couple moments go by, and you can hear a commotion in like the street area, because the forge is open air. It's not like it's a building, but the huge barn doors are open to allow airflow through so you don't overheat in the process of forging. So you can see up where your aunt or uncle would be discussing with customers, these individuals, the guards and the priest's guard, begin tipping barrels of water, of materials that you would use to like show a customer like this is the steel or this is the material we use, just making a general mess of things.
Sarnia's going to find a bystander and just ask, what is going on here?
Okay. Bystander near your home is like...
Okay.
Okay. So Dirk, you are making your way towards the basically the Wooden Spoon pub, because that's the square that the scaffolding is being built on. And there are a few incidents where a guard searches an area that you would stop and assist with cleaning up and whatnot. So it takes you a little bit longer to get from where you reside to the Wooden Spoon, and as you arrive, there is one of these female guards, one of the elites, standing on the scaffolding, addressing like a small crowd that is beginning to gather.
I am going to gather along and kind of slip into the crowd. I'm not going to concern myself too much about seeing, since it's usually too hard for me to see in crowds anyway.
Okay.
And I don't want to get up front.
Okay.
So I'll just see if I can catch a glimpse through the bodies that tower over me. Since pretty much all of them will.
What are you trying to catch a glimpse of?
Just her face as she's speaking. How many people are on the platform along with her or off to the sides? The general demeanor. And also looking around at the crowd to see.
All right.
Kind of. I want to watch them watching.
She is currently the only individual on the platform. But what you can see, like, because your head is about waist height for most average humanoids. What you can see through the crowd, though, is there is one other of her companions off the side, like, standing at the steps going up the platform. And along with her, there's about 2 or 3... maybe 4, it's hard to tell exactly how many, city guards as well. Make a perception check for me, and if you have seeing, you can use that. Total 6, alright. Also, I added a thing so it automatically totals it up for us. Ha!
I see that. How exciting.
Yes.
No more math.
I know, math sucks.
Boy, that's a crappy roll.
What I just described is what you saw. You're not sure 2 or 3, maybe 4, but you do see. Oh, jeez. So what the fuck? Cat's playing with the packaging paper. You do see the other elite female priest guard there. And from where you're standing, you can see the single guard on the platform. She has her helmet off, and she's kind of got it tucked under her arm as she's addressing the crowd. So what you see is an elven woman with mousy brown hair and fair-skinned features, slightly elongated face, very traditional elegance to her look. Or at least what society considers traditional elegance to her look. I'm really dropping frames, god dang.
Have I ever seen her before?
Probably, but you're not sure if you've ever seen any of these individuals without their helmets.
Okay. So I don't know a name or anything. I just
No. This particular group of these elite guards are pretty secretive about their identities.
So it's highly unusual to have the helmet off then.
Yes.
And what is she saying?
All right. So she is standing on the scaffolding, addressing the crowd. Let's see here. I gotta get the names of the people. She only wrote down the daughter's name. Danny, did you write down the shopkeeper's name? Of Institches?
The shopkeeper's name was Joseph.
Joseph, thank you.
But I don't think we ever got the wife or daughter's names.
You got the daughter's name. Ilium.
Hmm?
You got the daughter's name. Ilium.
Ilium. Okay.
Lilman.
Oh, Lilman. There. Oh, yes, there it is.
Lilman,
Sorry, it was
yeah.
in a.
Okay. So this.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong. That's why I was confused. Joseph was the jeweler. The tailor was Tankus.
Tankus.
Tankas.
Yeah. I just needed something to say. So she's standing up there, helmet off, addressing the crowd, indicating, she's saying, "Last night was a planned raid upon the Institches haberdashery, where we were informed a mage was living amongst you. We had our city guards watching the residents in the shop. Two of the city guards' owns, Randall and Terald, are now missing, as is the mage and her family. A reward of 500 silver is being offered for any information to the whereabouts of this mage and her family, so that the scaffolding we had built could be used properly." And with that, she turns smartly towards the stairs, puts her helmet on, and walks away. Do you have insight as a trained skill for Dirk? No? Then you can use, I think it's a communications, I believe, is it not? Or perception.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up. Or at least attempt to. I'm gonna take forever looking at inside. Empathy is a perception. Go ahead and run a... If you don't have empathy, go ahead and do a perception check for me. Here within this crowd. Ten. Alright. You can almost feel a buzz of excitement in the crowd. 500 silver is a lot of money. It's enough to feed a poorer family for a year or more. So there is a lot of, like, hushed conversation about, if anybody has ever been to the In-Stitches haberdashery, and does anybody know who the owner is? Because she didn't mention names, she only mentioned the guards' names. A couple people, of shorter stature, do mention the owner's name. And, the crowd doesn't disperse. There are a few individuals around the outlying edges that do walk away and begin heading in the direction of the said haberdashery. What would you like to do?
I will tag along with the people who are heading to the tailor shop.
Okay. Alright. What is Sarnia doing? Because she only stepped outside of her house and looked around. You're muted.
She's going to basically keep looking around and asking questions as people come by, and she's trying to get a little closer to where everything is happening.
Okay, well, you're not sure where everything is happening because you're at your home.
Right.
So what you only see is you see groups of guards, city guards, with one or two of these elite priest guards with them going through and making a general mess of things. And actually, probably about this point, they're making their way into the residentials, pounding on doors, and they're acting like ice, and they're forcing their way into homes to search.
Oh, are they hurting anyone on the way?
They're not being gentle.
Okay. Okay. Well, I will ask one of the elites. So what are you looking for?
Through her helmet, through the eye slit, you can see a very stern scowl look. She doesn't even acknowledge you.
Typical. Okay. Well, I'm gonna, anybody that looks like they're, needing some help or comfort or whatever, I will do my best.
Okay. They've at this point probably pushed their way into a couple residents and not finding anything have left, leaving families distraught, children like, oh my god, what's going on? So you would take the time and comfort them, or would you ask them any questions about,
Sure. I mean, I will ask them, do you know what they were looking for? Did they say anything?
One of your neighbors, whose house has already been, or whose home has already been ransacked, will one of the town guards said a mage escaped, and a couple of their brethren are missing.
Really? Interesting. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, I will. I wonder, do they have a name or anything along that line?
They didn't mention any names.
I wouldn't know a mage anyway, so. Hmm. Well, stay safe.
You as well, because it looks like they're about to hit up your... And
Yeah.
as she says that, you turn around and they are at your door.
Really? Okay.
Or they're
Something here
at
just
your
right
they're at your father's door, I guess, because you probably live with your father.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well then...
Who, by the way, is standing outside asking, what is the meaning of this?
Yes. And I will walk over and stand there and look irritated as well. You know.
Okay.
What do you think you're going to be doing here?
They ignore you and attempt to push past your father.
Okay.
Into your home.
I would assume my father's not going to stand for that, and I won't either. So, you know, if you could tell me what you're looking for, I'd be happy to help.
One of the guards kind of turns to you and, says, well, we're looking for a mage that escaped last night. And any known information about the whereabouts of our comrades. And
Well, you
Randall
know...
and Gerald.
Well, you know, you could have simply asked. I have no knowledge of any mage or any of your brethren. So I suggest you leave now.
There is a metallic sounding and you hear it coming from like within the helmet of this elite guard who walks up to the city guard and tells them, do your jobs. And they push past your father and into your residence.
Okay. Do they happen to knock my father down?
No, your father has enough standing in the city that they just they just manhandle him aside.
Okay. So I'll speak to the elite guard, and can I have your name?
She ignores you.
Fine. Alrighty. I take a quick look at Dad. And think that I'm just going to stand there for a moment,
Okay.
trying to figure out what to do.
Okay. Celestia, you slink back into the shadows of your home, hoping to not be seen.
Do I notice that they're just entering homes, though? If I'm
In your area of town, they haven't quite gotten that far.
Okay. I am going to take anything that I have that might seem magical that I might not.
Anything moderately incriminating is what you're saying.
Yes, and hide it.
And hide it. Okay. Go ahead and make a... Ledger, if you have Ledger Domain. If not, it's just straight dexterity. Okay. You pull out anything. You remove anything like your focus or anything like that that might possibly, you know, look out of the ordinary or suspicious to one of these elite guards, and pry up a loose floorboard in your home and tuck it away and cover it back up and test it with your foot to make sure it doesn't make any weird creaking noises when you step on it, blah blah blah, things of that nature. So you think you're probably okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to kind of go back out to watch like I'm not weird.
Like you're not weird. Okay. Okay.
I'm
You
a
step
normal
back out
person.
and
What's
watch-
happening here, people?
And watch the goings-ons on the street. Okay. So back to Karg. After the guards tip over anything that could possibly hold a gnomish-sized individual, they move on to the next shop. Or the next residence, if there happens to be any residential accommodations in this area. A couple minutes go by, and you can see a few individuals not running, but not leisurely walking either. They look like they're on a mission, and they're heading in the direction of the haberdashery where you were just the night before. And about 20 or so feet behind them, you recognize a gnome trying not to be spotted, or trying not to lose them, following behind.
All right. I will put down the project I am working on for Sarnia and fall in behind Dirk,
Okay.
making my way and following him.
Making your way downtown. Alright. Dirk, Karg falls in behind you. What would you like to do?
Do I see him?
Yeah, you would definitely see this giant freaking half-orc falling behind, half-orc falling behind you.
Oh, I mean, is he like just come up and join me, or is he following me behind?
I'm following Dirk.
You're following Dirk? Are you like trying to not be seen by Dirk, or?
No. I'm just trying to somewhat
How?
blend with the crowd.
How not
Okay.
to be seen?
Okay, well, Dirk,
thinking,
you know
but I
you're
didn't wanna
passing
say it.
by. You know you're passing by his blacksmith, the smithery,
Okay.
smithy, and out of the corner of your eye, you see this giant, hulking, overly wide orc. Because he's a half dwarf. Haha. Kind of exit the shop and kind of join in the crowd just a little bit behind you.
Okay, how big is this crowd of people that's going anyway?
It's about 4 or 5 people that broke off that are now heading.
Do they look like
towards
they were together as a group, or are they just random people that decided to go in this direction and happen to be going along?
Make a perception check.
Ooh.
Damn! 19, nice. You get the impression that originally they started off as a group of individuals making their way towards the haberdashery, and then realizing as they're heading there and kind of eyeing each other up and having brief conversation that they might be better off pooling their intellectual resources in splitting the reward should they receive it.
Okay. And do these look like, what class are they? Working class, middle class?
They look like they're
tradesmen,
all
dock workers?
probably. Let's see, they were outside of the wooden spoon. They were there for the.
Basically, would I fit in among them? Do I look like I'm roughly the same?
Yeah, they're not upper class, and they're not like. They're not the lower class individuals. They're not like very basic dock workers. They are probably store apprentices, somebody who works for a living but doesn't have to work hard for that living.
And what races are they?
You have at least 2 humans. There appears to be a halfling among the crew. And maybe maybe a half orc. The skin is tinted a little green, but they're thin, thinner than most orcs.
A halfling, huh? Filthy halflings. Okay, I'm going to... Because obviously I'm having to take multiple steps just to keep up with them. I'm probably having to jog to keep up with their normal strides for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm going to put on a little burst of speed to catch up with them and just call out like, hey, wait up, I want to see too.
Okay.
And try and join them.
Okay. As you join the group, there was, now that you can see, there was 4 individuals: the 2 humans, the half orc, and the halfling. And they don't really slow down a whole lot for you to catch up. But the halfling looks back and kind of glances at you and gives you a slight eye and says, "The reward is ours. You can't. We've already split 4 ways."
Really? Well, it's 500 silver, so it's easier to split by 5. 100.
No, 125, 125, 125, 125.
Well, that's 525, so sure, I'll be in for a share of 125. I try to make myself to sound a bit of a doofus. Kind of like the kid brother wanting to catch up with the older kids.
Okay. The halfling turns and kind of ignores you, and continues on with the rest of the group. And it's not too long after you caught up with them that they round the corner and you can see the haberdashery in front of you. It is in a ramshackle, the windows are broke, the door has been kicked in. Yeah.
Remember, I did leave the door unlocked so that it wouldn't... They broke it down anyway, even though it wasn't locked.
Do you really think they checked?
Well, but if they kicked at it, it would just kind of fly open. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily break.
Well, there's still a latch to keep it closed while it's not locked.
Well, but it wouldn't break the lock. It wouldn't break the lock anyway. Right, fine.
Anyway, as you round the corner and you see this, you can see the door's been kicked in. Some of the windows are broken.
Hey, if I find any clues, can I have a share? I want to share. I want to help. I want to find.
There are a couple guards.
I need some money too.
Standing outside the haberdashery, and you can see some light moving inside. And the sounds of not looting, but the sounds of things not being... They're being...
The place is being tossed, basically.
Yeah, it's a police search, and they're not being nice about it.
Yeah, just ripping stuff apart, or digging through stuff and not caring where it goes.
And having gone through that in my lifetime, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know.
Like, they take the trash can, they dump it out wherever the fuck they want to dump that trash can out to look through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't care.
At this point, I would have probably caught up to Dirk, and I will just make my way next to him, and I will say out loud, not directly at him, but kind of to the crowd around, what's happening here.
Yeah, and there is a small crowd gathering around the haberdashery because the individuals in this area of town not really understanding what's going on because they didn't hear the announcement, at the execution spot.
Dirk will say out loud enough for the other 4 guys that I've been following, plus the surrounding crowd to hear. It's like, they're giving out a reward, 500 silver if you have information or can help find the fugitives. And these guys say they're going to take it all. I want some of that money.
Oh, let's see here.
All right, and now, much later, so
do you have persuasion?
No.
Make a communication check for me.
Come on.
Okay. It wasn't a high check, because you mentioned 500 silver. And you can hear individuals, like 3 or 4 people away, like, 500 silver? They're offering 500 silver for Tankus and his family? I never liked that guy anyway. Attitudes change real quick when there's a lot of money involved. What is Karg gonna do?
Much quieter and directed at Dirk. I'm going to say it appears our adventures last night did not go unnoticed. Have you seen or heard anything of Celestia and Sarnia?
No, I'm sure they're fine. Shh, we need to be gold hungry peasants. Come on. And then I'll say just slightly louder, yeah, I know. I want some of that money too. Let's see what we can find.
All right.
So it's loud enough, kind of like almost stage whispering.
Yeah.
So that at least some people overhear.
All right.
And then I'll say, hey, come on, let's go look around back.
Okay. So the original 4 that you were following kind of step up to the guards who are standing outside the front of the haberdashery, and they stop them from entering and give them like the stern shake, like no. They look a little dejected and see that the halfling kind of sees that there's a way around back, and then are you trying to stealthily go around back, or
no? Very obviously.
Very obviously. All right. He notices you and tugs on the other individuals, and they also follow you around back. What are you 2 doing? Because I'm assuming Karg went with you.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, ignoring the fact that they're behind us, if we find it, we can split it 50-50, 250 instead of those jerks. They didn't want to give me anything. They didn't want to give us anything. Because if I'd gotten some, you would have had some.
Okay. So as you get around to the backside, and if you remember the map at all, there's a little well in the middle, and then there's some steps leading up to the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, there's a back door, and the steps are inside leading up to the second floor. There are also 2 guards
at the back door.
There's also 2 guards on that back door as well, which also has been kicked in.
Figures. Yeah. Okay. Not a shock.
Not a shock. It's just you 2, the 2 guards, and now the 2 humans, the half-orc and the halfling here in the back. What would you guys like to do?
Remind me, what was down the well again?
It was water.
It was water.
I can put you guys back on that map, by the way.
Yeah, I don't remember. I didn't remember if we had.
And I will turn off the lighting.
Because it's daytime.
Because it's daytime. Yeah.
I will run over to the well.
Mm-hmm.
And how high is the rim of the well?
up to chest for you.
Really? Okay, so
Yeah.
kind of low.
Yeah.
So I kind of boost myself up on my elbows and look over the edge and say, "Ooh, do you think maybe there's something down here?" Really obviously and loud.
Obviously loud. All right.
Well, not obviously loud, but just I don't want to be that obvious. Like, hey, do you think there's something?
Yeah. Enough where Karg would hear you, and
some of the ones that followed me, just
Right.
to try and get their interest over here by the well.
the halfling.
And I'll turn to Karg and say, "Hey, come on, lift me up."
The halfling scurries over and gives you a little shove and says, "The money's ours!"
Hey!
Or, I'm sorry. The money's ours. And shoves, and kind of gives you a little push out of the way and, like, lifts up to look down into the well.
Well, fine. If you want it, let me help you, and I will try and push him up and over into the well.
Make a strength. Okay. Okay. Oh, man.
And if he goes in, I'm not going to leave this back courtyard, but I am going to run as far away from this group as I can over to one of the corners where there's an exit in case I need to.
Okay.
And I'll
You
say,
see-
does he go in?
the what?
Question. Does he go into
It's an 11. He's kind of like propping himself up a little bit, like with his hands on it, and you go to like the smallest back and just like, let me help you see further. And one of his hands slips. He doesn't fall in though. He is able to catch himself with his other hand, and he's kind of precariously teetering on that edge. And he goes, hey, that's not
not enough
nice.
here. Push.
Again? Are you serious?
Yeah. I interrupt him, and he's saying, "Not enough, not a."
Actual
No,
murder.
he's saying not.
Go ahead, make
and I
another
say,
strength.
"Not enough." Okay.
Make another strength. The hand that slipped, he kind of sees you, like, he's glancing back saying, nada, and he sees your hand go for it again, and he swats it away.
I'm just trying to help. And after you were so mean to me too.
He looks back at the individuals, who were with him, and, let's see here, I gotta get a good name. At least a moderately pronounceable name, Jesus Christ. There you go. Looks back and, Roger, remove this gnome from my presence.
At this point, I'm just going to.
And who is
sigh.
Roger? Is it one of the humans or?
One of the humans steps forward.
Karg is just going to sigh dejectedly and just pick up the halfling by the ankles and just dangle him over the well and drop him.
Make a strength.
Can I use might for that? As that has to do with lifting?
Yes, you can.
I did not expect that.
22.
Hi.
Now make an intelligence check for me real quick.
And,
Wow.
for the hell of it, too, I'm going to use my 5 stun points and do stunned silence from the role-playing stunts. Intelligence, you said?
No, not now, cause because you're using the stunt points. Yeah, you one-handedly grab one of the halfling's ankles, pick him up, hold him over the well, and just let him go. And you hear "Woo!" as he falls in a down at the bottom of the well. The guards, who were standing at the back door, both place their hands on their weapons. And you there, halt! Pointing at you. I was gonna, well, actually, use the stun silence. Takes a couple minutes before they're like looking at each other, and then hands on weapons and tell you to halt.
Okay. And
I was gonna have the intelligence check be the, oh yeah, no, I know there's guards here.
Yeah. I am going to say that. Alright, how do I word this? Because I have to know what I know. I will say that the halfling had mentioned a secret tunnel underneath the well, and I was assisting him down into the well, and he slipped.
Oh, if you don't have persuasion, just make a communication.
I hate it when that happens.
Or if you have deception.
13.
13. The guards kind of glance at each other again, and glance towards you. And echoing up from the well, there is the voice. How loud did you say that? Did you say that pretty loudly?
No, I was just explaining myself to the guards,
Okay.
not yelling it or anything.
Okay. From the well, you hear the voice of the halfling. I can't swim well.
Are the guards going to draw weapons if I move to the well proper?
I don't know.
What are the halfling's friends doing?
They're stunned silent.
Yeah. Okay. So
They're like, not fucking with him.
Even the half-orc?
It's a slight half work. You get the idea that it's probably an elf that is the other half of this orc, and it's a very you're just getting the green skint of tin, the green tint
skint of tin.
Skin. You're just getting the green tint to the skin.
Alcan!
Okay.
And they're actually backing out of the courtyard. They're like, we didn't like him anyway.
Alright, so, I am going to, just kind of knock the, I assume there's some sort of bucket and winch type deal.
Yeah.
Down into the well. And then, I'm going to say, come on, boss. I heard there was some possible clues over by some other street name that my character knows that I don't.
Okay. You indicate that you're telling that to Dirk, right?
Yes.
Okay. So You say that after knocking over this bucket into the well. You hear a little, like, the bucket not hitting water immediately. Not a very big well. And then the rope go taut.
Alright, and then as soon as we round the corner and are out of sight, we'll make a beeline to somewhere out of the way.
Okay. Is Dirk going along with this?
Yeah. For now.
Okay.
I frankly expected the tossing of the shop to have been well over with by now. So because I don't think they would have been announcing that the family was missing if they hadn't thoroughly already searched the place. So miscalculation on my part. And I will... Yes, we'll have to come back later. I mean, we do own this place now.
How far do you move away from the shop?
Oh, probably several streets over.
Couple
Okay.
streets over.
Okay. How long do you wait before you go back?
Probably a while. We don't want any guards there, so I'm just like, let's give it a few hours.
Okay.
And
All
see
right.
if we can go find the rest of our group.
Okay, so you're gonna just go look for the rest of your group while you wait to go back to the shop?
Yes, and I think we're going to try and find Celestia first.
Okay.
Or actually, because I passed the blacksmith and probably would have seen the place had been tossed, I'll say to Karg, do we need to go help clean up your aunt's shop first? It might make her a little less cranky.
Yes.
We don't want you grounded or anything.
It is probably best to get back there.
Okay, let's book it. Come on.
Work done.
And as fast as his short little legs can carry him, probably 3 or 4 steps to every one stride of Karg's.
All right, you make your way back to the smithy, and Karg's aunt is there, fuming, not loudly fuming or yelling at anybody, but she looks not happy, and she's bitching about the guards and the elite guards, the priests, about how they don't respect anybody in the city, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. She's not happy. She's not happy at all.
So yeah, instead of walking straight in, I will see the fuming dwarven aunt, and was she dwarvish? I can't remember.
Yeah, she's dwarven.
Yeah, she's the dwarven son. I will just kind of turn on my ankle and kind of make the long way around and come in through the back.
Okay.
Back
Well,
to the-
she's turning the barrels right side up and having to sort through the materials to make sure the correct material goes in the correct barrel. So that she's pissed.
I go with Karg, but because she's not family, and I paid her money, and she's working on a commission for me, I'm just going to assume she's friendly, and I'll be sympathetic. It's like, can you believe it? They're doing this all over town.
It doesn't surprise me. Guards are bloody right assholes sometimes.
Sometimes. All the time, I think. Is there any...
They pay pretty well for their equipment that they want to get.
Yeah, well, I suppose in your business it's a double-edged sword. I made a pun there. I didn't even mean it.
She kind of gives you a side eye, and rolls her eyes.
I ignore it. Can we help you sort? I mean, can you tell me enough to help you properly? I mean, I hate to see your place like this. And particularly since you're working on something for me, I'd hate to see you lose any more time than you have to for you, myself, and the rest of your well-paying customers.
Certainly you can help. We'll keep it simple for you. I don't think you really understand the metallurgy or the different types of metals there are that look similar, so you just go ahead and look for like the brass and the copper and sort them into the correct barrels.
Okay. Dirk in his mind is going back to his games with his parents. Button sorting. I can button sort. And so he'll just, because he's close to the ground and nimble and dexterous, this is something that he's familiar with. It's like, okay, and he just gets to work as fast as he can.
Okay. So you guys, both Karg and Dirk, are currently helping out his aunt clean up their shop. Celestia, where are you going?
Well, they haven't come and got me yet, have they?
No. We're gonna we need to clean up and then we'll come get you. At least that's our plan, but you don't know that.
Are the guards still?
Yeah, they're still walking around jacking shit up.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna kind of hang out by my house until they go away.
All right. Sarnia, the guards finish up searching your family home.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little less dickish while searching your residence because of your father's merchant status.
Okay.
They still make a mess, but they're not. It's not like, oh, there could be a gnome totally hiding in this bag of flour.
Okay.
So they're a little less shitty about searching your home. So there's still a little mess to clean up, but there's not quite as bad as what you've seen them do to some of your neighbors.
Okay. Then I will clean up what I can, and then I'll help with the neighbors with the big stuff. But eventually, I'm going to make my way to Korg's shop.
Okay. You clean up, and then you make your way over to the smithy. Make your way through town, and this is happening everywhere.
I just have a goofy smile on my face.
Yeah, it's happening everywhere, and they're just ransacking homes. Poorer homes are getting ransacked worse than affluent homes, obviously. Yeah, it's everywhere.
Now, this is kind of a common occurrence, right? I mean, this happens from time to time.
It is less common for a mage to be reported,
Okay.
and then escape.
Okay. Okay. Well, I will help as any people along the way, if they need help doing whatever it is, moving things. But yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna nonchalantly make my way to the shop.
All right.
The smithy.
Okay. So you make your way there. Celestia?
When it starts to die down, I'll start making my way to the shop too.
Okay. Well, they do eventually make their way to your home.
Okay.
And you were standing outside of it, or near it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you just let them in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
No
I do.
fuss, no muss. Open the door. Come on in. And yeah, they do a number. Typical police search. Tipping up everything. Anything that could hold a gnome, or anything that you could squeeze a gnome into. And some things that obviously won't hold gnomes get, you know,
You guys broke
Upended
my
and looked
5th
in.
grade ceramics project.
upended and looked in, and yeah, it's yeah, it is what it is. When they finish, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna put the big things back
Okay.
and then go get them. Or go to
do you
the...
do you get your items that you hid away?
Yes, I do get my items.
Okay.
At night.
All right. And then you head to where?
Thing. To the shop.
To the shop? Okay. So you guys probably arrive at the shop about the time that everybody is done sorting out large barrels of metal. It's because it's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a hot minute to sort all that stuff out. And make sure it gets to the correct area and water barrels refilled and all that fun stuff. So Dirk and Karg, you helped out with all that.
And at the very end, he's got one last piece of copper and just kind of tosses it in. Ting! There! Done!
Well, I must say, Dirk, you're quite proficient at sorting out the different types of metals we have there.
Oh,
So
I've
much
had a
better
lot-
at this than Karg.
Well, I have smaller hands and fingers. It's a little easier to work with the teeny fiddly bits. If I were as big as him, I'd probably have a little difficulty too. I mean, look at his hands versus mine. I mean, good lord. But he was born that way. He can't help it.
Well, then I guess since we're done, I should probably get back to work on your Dirk.
Oh, why, thank you, dear lady.
And she
Your
goes,
aunt is so nice.
she goes back about her business. While Sarnia and Celestia are walking up, could you both please make a perception? And if you have seeing, you can use that. And if you have smelling, you could use that.
That's such a weird perception.
I'm just wondering now, how annoyed is Karg with Dirk?
Oh no, not you, Karg. Just Celestia and Sarnia.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Seeing 13 and an 18. All right, as you guys are walking up to the smithy, and you're seeing Karg and Dirk and Karg's aunt, Gerda
Gerda middle finger.
Gerda kind of cleaning up. There's a couple other individuals helping out as well. You can see a waft of smoke in the air. A very large waft of smoke.
Coming from behind, or
Coming
Can't
from the direction of the haberdashery.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna quick step it to the haberdashery.
Okay, so you make a beeline. Don't tell anybody, and just go.
Oh no, I will mention it. I think I see smoke.
All right. So you finish walking up to the smithy, and you're like, "Hey guys, there's smoke over there."
There's a lot of smoke over there. I think the haberdashery may be on fire.
Oh, well, poo. Are we done? Are we done? We done? We done?
Let's go.
You're done.
We're done. And Dirk just takes off running,
Okay.
which is probably like, again, maybe jogging speed for Karg.
And there's cartoon.
Or speed
there's
walking.
cartoon music that goes
Or
with
speed
it.
walking. Yeah.
It takes you a while to get over there. But when you turn the corner, yeah, the haberdashery is currently the interior at least is currently going up in flames.
Oh, wow.
And there are city guards standing around. One is holding a torch.
Okay.
I will stop short, like by that one of the trees that was a little ways away where
Mm-hmm.
we were like watching the other night or last night, and just stand there for a minute, slump my shoulders a little dejectedly, and then turn around and walk back towards the inn without saying a word.
Okay. Back towards the wooden spoon.
Yes.
Sarnia walks up to the guy with the flame, with the torch, and says, "What is wrong with you?" Annie.
The guard turns towards you and chucks the torch into the broken window. It's a mage, dearie. They all need to die.
So you know that there was a mage here, I guess. Was there?
According to the priest guard, yes, there was a mage here, and they escaped, and we ransacked it, found nothing of interest, and
So
now we're
you
done
decided
with it.
you decided to burn it down and possibly set the rest of the city on fire. Way to go.
Well, better to lose a few buildings than to let the demon spawn's influence spread.
So exactly where is your house?
He ignores you.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty.
And I thought Bart had anger management issues.
All these peasants. No, anyway. So, does it look like the fire is going to spread? I mean,
Right now the fire is pretty confined to the interior.
oh, okay. All right. Okay. Then I'm just gonna snidely say, well, keep up the good work. And I'm gonna leave.
Okay. As you turn and walk away, you hear
No, whatever. I just follow.
alright.
Keep
So
going.
Dirk has walked away, a little dejected. Sarnia made a scene. What's everybody? What's Kark and Celestia gonna do?
Yeah, sorry, it's not.
If you two didn't immediately
the
follow
brightest.
Dirk, you saw what happened with Sarnia and the guard.
Yeah, I'm just hanging back, but I guess I'm gonna go walk around to Saria.
Clearly, they're recruiting the most intelligent folks for guards. Right.
Well, you must have not needed any new clothes.
Eventually,
They'll
These
figure it out
guards
when they
gotta
have to
go.
wait a while.
yeah.
Alright. Did Karg immediately follow Dirk, or did Karg also witness the incident between Sarnia and the guards? Or the guard?
Karg witnessed the exchange between Sarnia and the guard.
Okay.
And is the guard still there, or is he just moved on?
Oh yeah, he and the other 3 guards that were there guarding the doors are thoroughly enjoying the show of the burning of this haberdashery.
Okay. No, I'm just going to be standing there watching that unfurl.
Okay. So
I'm going to get some stew. I haven't had breakfast.
all right, it's well after lunch at this point.
That doesn't matter. I still haven't
I know,
had breakfast.
I'm
Never mind
saying
lunch.
You're probably really hangry. So Sarnia and Celestia are heading back, or at least following behind Dirk a little bit, and Karg is just gonna stand there and watch the entire thing?
No, I will, once everyone starts to move off, I will just stick around for a moment and then head off as well.
Okay. What's going through your character's mind as you stick around for that moment watching these 4 guards obviously enjoying the act of destroying a business?
The powers that be, the ruling class, does have some sort of suspicion regarding probably Celestia at this point. And there is probably a good chance that not only just mages, but associates of mages are in danger as well.
Okay.
And thinks it might be time to try and leave the city.
Okay. So then you turn and follow the rest of the group back to the Wooden Spoon?
I do want to do one thing as
Sure.
I'm walking back.
Find a puppy and kick it?
No, I want to find a rain barrel.
Okay, yeah, you can. Those are easier to find.
Yeah, the whatever is the closest one I can find that is out of sight of the shop, the
Okay.
burning shop.
Yeah, that's not typical. There's whenever there is like a small alleyway or a walkway just wide enough for 1 or 2 people to go side by side, you can see rain barrels set back inside those. They're not out in the public eye.
Right, but I want to try and find one that's not too deep into the alleyway. Maybe a little closer to the road.
They're not usually too deep. They're only about maybe 5-7 feet in.
So as I'm walking, I'm going to, not obviously, but very carefully, take out the key to the shop.
Okay.
And when I get to the closest rain barrel where I can, do it without it being obvious, I just want to toss the shop key into the rain barrel.
Okay. Make a ledger domain. Yeah. Okay. You toss you walk into the alleyway. Not too far in, you go to the rain barrel and you just casually drop the key into it, look around, and you don't think anybody saw you.
And then I continue on my way.
Okay.
Just kind of muttering under his breath, just all those beautiful fabrics, all the buttons and threads.
Okay. After the period of time it usually takes to walk to the Wooden Spoon, you arrive, and the group outside of the scaffolding or the platform has mostly dispersed. There's still people in the square because there's still business going on the square. And you enter the Wooden Spoon. It's pretty empty at this point in time. At this point of the day, it's not a meal time. So, what would you guys like to do?
Order food and beer and such.
Yeah, I'll say, hey Phil, can I have a beer and a bowl of stew?
Certainly. For the rest of you. And he points to Celestia. Beer and stew.
Same. Yep.
All right.
Please.
Same. Points to Karg.
But at the same time, Sarnia is also just keeping a watchful eye if there's like a window around.
There's plenty of
to
windows
see
here,
if
yeah.
there's to keep an eye on the smoke. Make sure it's not getting any bigger.
Okay. Still points at Karg. You in with your friends? You want some beer and stew?
More beer than stew.
Ha ha! He goes back and comes out with a tray of 3 normal-sized mugs and 1 large mug, and 3 bowls of stew and 4 bowls of stew and places it down in front of you.
Dirk eats in silence.
All right. What about the rest of you?
Yeah, just not sure what to do. So I just eat. I say I'm
Okay.
not sure what we should do. Eat.
Pretty much the same.
Okay. What about for Karg?
Drinking in silence.
Drinking in silence. Okay. How long do you guys sit in the Wooden Spoon?
Well, I'm going to stay in there until I don't see any more smoke.
Okay.
I have a second beer.
Okay.
And I ask
Okay.
if there's any garlic bread.
He's like, feels like, well, I can always add garlic to the bread.
Never mind. I don't have an appetite now anyway. But the stew is good. It always is. Even when it's fresh, it's not too bad.
Okay.
Well, you remember
so
he likes it when it's like at the end of the
day
night.
old,
Stew.
or day
Yeah.
old, or leftovers. So a couple hours go by, and for Sarnia, you can see that the smoke isn't getting any worse, and it's starting to look a little different. So it looks like the smoke that what you would get when you're throwing water on a fire.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So you suspect that the guards were quite happy with their little whatever and then moved on.
Yep.
And the citizens around the area took over and began putting out the fire.
Okay.
Which seems like the intelligent thing to do.
Now that you're telling me, then.
Alright. So a couple hours go by, you sit, have your second beer, maybe a third. And afternoon turns into early evening, and a few individuals... yes, Dante, you're so steam. A couple individuals come in for an early evening meal. Would all 4 of you please make a perception check for me?
Seeing?
Seeing, yes.
Okay.
Alright, let's see here. We got 15. Alright. 13, 15. Okay. And an 8. Card doesn't really see it. The other, the other three of you, you notice a, flock of, not a flock, but a grouping of white birds, flying through the area, and, attached to their little feet are bright streamers of silks, streaming behind them.
Do I know? Does this have any significance to me?
Celestia knows what this is.
Okay.
It's the circus.
It's the circus. That's what I figured. Oh, well.
Dirk, you may have seen the circus come through town once or twice and realized that this is probably...
Oh, the circus. That might cheer us up. Might cheer me up.
Yeah. I'm excited for you guys to meet my one second. I don't know why I can't remember.
What?
I can't remember my cat's name. I'm like, because it's a panther named Phantom, and my brain goes, "What did you do?" Well, I'm excited for you guys to meet Phantom. It'll be nice to have something to do for a little bit.
Well, maybe we should head that way.
I am all for that.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's go.
Lead the
So
way.
you watch this little flock of white birds swooping around this particular square, like almost doing trained. They're clearly trained to do like tricks and stuff, streaming these pieces of colorful silk behind them. Does anybody have hearing as a perception?
I do not.
Okay. Well. Alright. So, Celestia, you lead the group to where you know the circus generally sets up, which is just outside of town, in the northern fields.
Okay.
As we are walking, I will ask Celestia, very quietly,
Discreetly,
because
yes.
of what's yes, discreetly. Because of what's happened here, are there any warnings we need to give to your people? Do you think that the guards will come search the circus the way they tossed the town?
They shouldn't, but we will definitely need to let them know. They probably have already heard through informants, and that's why they've come sooner than normal.
Okay, just... It seems to me that there might be some danger there.
Yes. We have to be careful for sure.
Yeah, I'm in your sheet.
I was like, the hell?
No, your sheet's just doing weird things. It's fine. Ignore it. Oh, wait, no. I don't need to look at your sheet. I have an NPC sheet for that. Wait, who is this dude? Oh, okay. All right. So you guys follow behind Celestia, making your way out the northern gate, and there are extra guards at the gate, keeping a close eye on anybody making their way out. And Danny left, but I'll wait for him to come back for this one.
I'm here. I was listening. I was just having a coughing fit.
Oh. So as you guys get closer to the gate, they kind of eye up Dirk. And one guard in particular steps up towards you and, hey, sir.
Yes.
Name?
Dirk. Dirk Quicksteel.
Profession?
A procurement agent.
He looks at you a little weird. Then steps aside and waves you on.
I go on.
Doesn't stop anybody else.
Because I'm a gnome.
Yep. And they're searching for a gnome. You know, all gnomes.
Because we all look alike.
Racial profiling.
Because I'm a gnome, yeah. Because I'm a gnome, yeah.
Okay. When you exit the northern gate, you can see a large gathering of wagons and hey! Cats. doing the things cats do. You see a large gathering of wagons and horses and two very large gray creatures that you are not familiar with.
That I'm not either?
Oh, you are.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, for the most part, the other three, not so much.
What the heck are those?
What are they?
In the distance, you can hear.
That's what I figured they were, but then I wasn't sure. Oh, those are elephants. You might like them.
They're elves? They're elfin? They don't look like any elves I've ever seen.
They're not elfin. They're from the south.
The south? The south of what?
Everywhere. I don't know the answer to this question.
Yeah, you're on an island, and you're in the southernmost city of this island.
Oh, we are in the southernmost city. The north.
But the circus procured them from elsewhere. On a southern island, yeah.
Okay. I was like, what? From just another island down here.
Well, those are the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of weird things.
I do think that alligator thing was slightly weirder.
No, it was a log.
No, it was just mean.
It was a log with eyes.
It was a lot
According to everybody's perception check.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Yeah.
These are definitely weirder than that.
Alright. So there is in the distance there is a lot of activity going on. There are very colorful fabrics being pulled out of wagons, horses being unhitched, animals being moved around. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to go look for my mother.
Dirk will follow Celestia.
Okay. Alright. What about Karg and Sarnia?
I follow them.
Okay.
I will follow, and then as we're walking, I'm going to look and see if I see any farriers working.
Okay. So, Celestia makes a beeline straight for the circus is setting up.
I keep a lookout for any gnomes, by the way.
You do catch sight of a few, and some halflings, and smells,
Filthy halflings.
humans, and orcs, and a whole slew of every mixed match, whatever you can think of. There's a lot of different, like, you are clearly catching, like, half-breeds of a lot of different races.
Mm.
So yeah, Celestia makes a beeline. Karg, there are farriers setting up shop. No, I mean not setting up shop, but setting up for like repairing any horseshoes that may have come loose during the traveling, yada yada yada, things of that nature.
Okay, so there's some potential money making that you won't be able to do since they got that covered.
Yeah, you all get the idea as you're moving through this area that the circus is pretty self-contained, as far as they take care of themselves fairly well. So yeah, Celestia makes a beeline, and inside a wagon that has a hard cover on it, and steps leading up to a door, that is marked with it. What's your mother's wagon marked with?
She would have a flower on her door, like a daisy.
Okay. Yeah, there is a finely carved flower in the door here.
All right. So I knock.
All right.
It's Celestia.
Is your mother human or elf? I can't remember.
Elf.
Okay. All right. A couple moments go by, and the door swings inward very rapidly, and there is an elven woman standing before you. Describe your mother for us, would you please?
She is tall, much taller than me, and thin, with silver hair.
Okay.
And she looks very, she carries herself very eloquently and gracefully.
Very
compared
regal.
to, I tend to be broader, yeah.
Okay. She pulls the door. The door opens very quickly, inward, and this elven woman steps into the threshold, and Celestia. It's been a while.
Hello, Mom. It's nice to see you. It's been a interesting day. It was a good day for you guys to show up. And I hug.
Alright, she returns your hug.
These are my friends.
As she's hugging, you can kind of get the sense that she's looking over your shoulder at these three individuals with you.
I'm looking up, and if she catches my eye, whenever she catches my eye, I'll just go, "Hi."
They've been very helpful for us the last few days.
Helpful in what way?
Oh, they've
Well,
just been keeping me out of trouble.
We helped the family escape.
Keeping you out of trouble. So they've been quite busy then.
Oh. Yes,
A family escape? Ooh.
Yeah, we weren't sure when you would be here. And they didn't have enough time. So,
Well, you know Alphonse. He has a schedule of his own.
yes. But now they are having a temper tantrum in the city.
Hmm.
So it'll be nice to distract them for a bit.
Well, a temper tantrum, not surprising, given who I'm sure you helped escape.
Yes.
In case you haven't yet, you should probably pass the word of warning amongst the people here, because they're pretty pissed off. And They're, well, yeah, they're pretty pissed off. They're offering a reward of 500 silver, and they're stopping any gnome that they see to question them.
That is quite the reward indeed. I trust, though, Alphonse will keep us quite safe.
Yeah, I haven't seen a reward that high in a while.
You haven't seen what?
A reward that high in a while.
Yeah, somebody got a little butthurt over this one.
So is everybody. We upset somebody.
And then Dirk will say to Celestia, "It is okay to be telling her this, isn't it? I mean, she's your mom, so I kind of figured, but I guess I should have asked."
She leads Celestia down the stairs and kind of half kneels, half squats in front of you, and right in front of your eye produces a small globe of water.
Oh, gotcha. It was very sad, though. The poor little girl. I mean, how could they think a poor little girl would be a danger and need to be killed? I mean, she was just a little girl, and she was so cute. And her father was a tailor, and they burned down his shop just out of spite, and all those beautiful fabrics, and the buttons, and the threads. It was terrible.
Well, it's not surprising.
Hold on, I think I just got a text from Nancy.
Yeah, Nancy dropped the... We'll just hold on a second while Nancy hopefully gets back. Actually, her internet might have poo-pooed.
Oh.
They lost power, but it is back on, so everything's rebooting.
Is it
She'll be back as
like
quickly
a
as she
brownout,
can.
or what? Did a squirrel commit suicide?
Probably a squirrel. It was like off and then back on.
Okay. I had that happen a couple weeks ago.
Reset everything, so.
Yeah, right up.
She'll be
right
back
up
as
the hill.
quickly as she can.
Nope. And all of our cameras are jacked up. Yay! Hey guys, all the cameras are fucked up, so we're just gonna sit here and... I wish I had a oopsie screen. I really should get an oopsie screen.
So, try and call her now?
Oh, is she back on? I will try. I need to get a technical difficulty screen. Yes, I was a beard for a minute, Dantier. It was just like your beard, like at the bottom half of my camera area. And Emily is now a large bald guy. Nancy's a gray screen, and Chris is a not connecting. Yay! Technical difficulties! Now, a couple weeks ago, I got up to get a drink. I think it was like 2 Fridays ago. When I came to sat down, it was like that big popping sound when the transformer's like right next to your building. Scared the shit out of me. My power went boop and came back up immediately. I was like, God damn it, I was about to start some PUBG. Stupid thing.
Oh.
Yes?
There you go.
What?
Look in chat. Twitch chat. I mean, VC chat.
Yep, it's a link.
To a technical difficulties picture.
Oh. Oop, there she's back online. Okay, so she, nope. Let's try this again. And Emily's now taking a call for work, so.
Perhaps this is a good time for a mid-session break?
Sure! Everybody, go pee! I'll be right back myself. Oi!
Hey, Cindy, Bobby, what you doing?
She still isn't answering. Okay, then. Let's try again. Yeah. So how's everybody in chat doing? How you doing, Dan? Otis? Other people who are there but not talkative, I hope you're doing well.
Howie, did we figure it out?
She's got her power poo-pooed for a second.
If
Squirrel
I
committed
close the
suicide.
box that says Nancy's Helms unable to take your call, is that screwed up?
Yeah, I'll try her again. Yeah, I'll screw her cameras up. We'll try it one more time. We'll try her again. But we'll keep trying. Till she shows up. Yep, I gotta do a technical difficulties page, I think. It's probably gonna be a good idea. Probably.
I can't believe somebody was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kick Arnold Schwarzenegger because that's a good idea.
What?
Somebody drop kicked Arnold Schwarzenegger in the back while he was in South Africa at an event.
Jesus Christ.
And literally, the person who kicked him got injured. And Arnold Schwarzenegger was just like...
Well, yeah, he's old, but he's like a fucking brick wall still.
If Hope just goes like, imagine full speed drop kicking an unsuspecting 71-year-old in the back and it doesn't even knock him down.
Yeah.
What the actual? I just don't understand.
She was rebooting, and they lost power again, and it's still off.
Oh no.
Oh. Okay. Well, we're at the 2-hour
Let me
mark.
Call her.
Okay.
And we just got to the circus, so it wouldn't be a terrible stopping place.
Yeah, it wouldn't be terrible. You're all out of whack, though, so.
I can get circus narrative going.
How am I gonna move the cameras? Oh, I can't move the cameras, damn it.
Because if you exit out that thing, it
If I exit out of the
whole car.
unable to call, it jacks up me. It jacks up everything. At least now that we have full cameras, you're just in the wrong spot.
Oh, okay.
Danny and I are the only ones in the right spot.
And she's not picking up, so she may be trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Oh, it's
She might be on the phone with the power company.
Yeah.
All right. So, due to technical difficulties, we'll pick this up next month.
Yay.
Yeah, you guys just make it to the circus, so it'll give me time to prep some of that stuff up, or not prep it up, which I'm probably gonna do. Anyway.
And then in a month, we'll have a session, and you'll say, "I really should have prepped something." And we'll point you to this VOD and say, "You had ample time."
I don't prep anything. Unless I know there's a combat coming up, I don't prep anything.
She's got backstory stuff for me now, though, that she can use.
I do. Alright, so that's what we're gonna call it, because technical difficulties with one of my players is blaming their electric company. It is what it is. It's Texas, I'm sure it's like 600 degrees there, so everybody's like, AC, turn on now!
Actually, I think they're on the southern end of that huge storm
Oh,
system.
yeah, there's a big storm.
Oh, that could be, yeah, that'll do it. Announcements. You know, if you're watching live or you're watching a rerun, you're earning gold pieces, which you can use to buy stuff in my store. Exclamation point store will take you over to it. You can pick out a nice, you can't pick out a mini, but you can get a mini similar to this one, but not this one yet, because I haven't thrown it in the mix. I'll have to wait until I get a couple more to throw it in the mix. Some of us will be here tomorrow, hopefully, barring any electrical issues with the storm. Tomorrow for Ezla the Power Within, and we'll see if I can kill all the players or not. I'm only trying a little. Anyway, those are my announcements. Let's go ahead and tell us who you are and where we can find you on the internet, Emily.
Hey, it's M. Crimson Kitty, and you can find me on Twitter and on Twitch when I stream sometimes, and on Instagram, which I am trying to remember exists.
Chris.
I am Calfular on Instagram and Twitter. You can find most of the pictures of woodworking and things like that sort.
Alright. Nancy's not with us right now. She's having technical problems, but you can find her on Twitter at... I don't remember.
IS Chicky Poo.
Thank you. IS Chicky Poo, which is about the only place she is online other than Facebook. I don't know her name there, but she also plays WoW a lot, so... Whatever server she's on, Danny, I have no idea.
Moonguard. We play on Moonguard
Alright.
server Alliance side. If anybody wants to look for Diazanon or Bumwaller, that'll be her.
Okay. Alright. And Danny.
And I am Colin65 on Twitter, where I don't do much but retweet the things that I'm in, one of which is this, which hopefully you have enjoyed this fine spring afternoon, although in some parts of the company you wouldn't know it's spring because it's still snowing. And
But climate change is a lie.
of course it is, because it's snow, so there's no global warming. It's snowing. And another of which is Esla, the Power Within, which we will have tomorrow afternoon, same bat time, same bat channel, because Tanya's a bit batty anyway. And yeah, so tune in for that, for hijinks and merriment and death and sorrow and
I mean,
drama and death and God knows what. Gods know what, because there's lots of gods. And yeah, boy, look at that. I'm looking at the Dallas area storm radar, and they're getting hammered.
Oh.
All right. So we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Eight.